Okay, so this is your polynomials video 3 for multiplying monomial by a polynomial foldable note. So if you have your foldable, you're going to flip to the one that says monomial by polynomial. So that means we're going to be multiplying one term times any term. So it could be a trinomial, it could be a binomial, could be more. So if we look at this one, we have 3m times 5m squared plus 2m. That's what the parentheses mean. Parentheses mean to multiply it. So you're going to draw your arrows to every term inside of the parentheses. What we also want to do, we want to make sure every letter, every variable has an exponent. So if we look, m, you need to put to the 1. M squared has 1. M, you need to put to the 1. That way it avoids any confusion you might have when you're adding the exponents together like you just learned in the last video. So you're going to multiply your coefficient. So you have 3 times 5, which is 15. You have m, so you're going to bring down your m. Then you're going to add your exponents. 1 plus 2 is 3. So then you multiply, you follow your other arrow, 3 times a positive 2, which is plus 6. Bring down your m, and make sure you understand that because even though it's m to the 1 times m to the 1, so 1 plus 1 is 2. So there's your first example. Looking at the second one, our monomial on the outside is 7g. We're going to multiply it by this trinomial. So be sure you draw 3 arrows, so you should have 3 terms. Make sure every variable has an exponent, so g to the 1, g to the 1, and now you multiply your coefficients. So 7 times, this one doesn't have one, so you need to put an understood 1 right there. So it's 7 times 1, which is 7. And then bring down your variable, which is g, and you're going to add your exponents. 1 plus 2 is 3. There's your first term. So now your second arrow. 7 times 5 is 35, so plus 35. Bring down your g, and you're going to add your exponents. 1 plus 1 is 2. Or like we learned in our last 2 notes ago maybe, g times g is g squared. Now you know, you can understand why g times g is g squared. 7g times a negative 3 is a negative 21, so it's going to be minus 21. Bring down your g. You only have g to the 1, so it'll stay just like that. Alright, so look at example 5. This one's a little bit longer. So make sure all your variables have exponents, so a squared b to the 1, a to the 4, b to the 3rd, a squared, b to the 3rd. So draw your arrows. You're multiplying a monomial by a binomial because it has 2 terms. You'll start by multiplying your coefficients. Negative 5 times 3 is negative 15. Your first letter is a, your first variable is a. Add the exponents. 2 plus 4 is 6. You're only going to combine the exponents that belong with the a. Your second letter is b. You're going to add the exponents. 1 plus 3 is 4. So that takes care of your first arrow. Now you're going to distribute to the 6a squared b cubed. Negative 5 times 6 is negative 30, so it's minus 30. Bring down your a, so 2 plus 2 is 4. Bring down your b, 1 plus 3 is 4. They're not like terms, so there's nothing else to combine. Looking at the example 6. Alright, so this is our last one. Make sure all your letters have exponents and that you have coefficients for all of them. So if there isn't, you need to draw in your understood ones. Draw in your arrows because everything needs to be remembered. Alright, so negative 5 times 1 is negative 5. Bring down your y and add your exponents. 3 plus 2 is 5. Negative 5 times 6 is negative 30, so it's minus 30. bring down your y, and then add your exponents. 3 plus 1 is 4. Last one, negative 5 times a negative 8 is a positive 40. Bring down the y, and it was just the y cubed, so it stays y